Okay guys, so it's a new gun day. You can see here, it's a new toy for me to play with, something I don't need again, but something I really wanted, and so I ended up going and getting it. As you can tell, it's not a rifle, or it's not a kind of full-size replica. This is a pistol. And I just went to Evike and I picked it up. I kind of went down that, looking at videos of different versions of this, a Staccato, for a couple of hours last night, and I was like, okay, I started watching a couple of review videos, you know, some promotional stuff, and I was like, okay, I really want this. I've been thinking about getting a Staccato for a while, and this one seems like one that I'm going to be quite excited to build out and play with. I also got a couple of mags for it, so I've got 3 mags with the one in there. I got a hop-up bucking, I got a unicorn barrel, which should fit it from the stats, and I got a reflex, or what is it? A Viridian Optics RFX35 green dot sight, which I'm hoping should also fit on there. So this video is going to be an unboxing. I'm then going to go through building this thing out and showing you kind of what this looks like at the end. But the actual base of this is a 6mmProShop Staccato licensed C2 Compact 2011. So it's a high capper. It's the Staccato style, which is a Real Steel firearms company that have obviously licensed out what they have. These are incredibly expensive, the Real Steel, and people absolutely love them. It's kind of got that like cult following of like, that's the pistol to have right now, or has been in the last like 6 months that I've seen them. It's made by 6mmProShop, which I've always found is such a weird name. It's one word, 6mmProShop. I don't know, for me, it's like, that is the brand there. For me, it's always been weird because I don't know if they make cheap stuff as well, but it's always seemed like quite a cheap brand. But I think what they have done is teamed up with Army Armament, or they're kind of the same company now, I'm not sure. But they basically, it's an Army Armament pistol, and they've done some great stuff in the past, and when I started looking at reviews, etc., it looked really good. They've obviously set us with a little hand manual in the front, which is good. I think it also comes with your EMG, because they're obviously involved in the licensing, QR code. So sometimes I've been seeing them, they just give you this, which is like the QR code version. They don't actually give you the physical like instruction manual, which is kind of good to have both. It's definitely a cool looking pistol. They've given us 2 of these silica gel things. I don't know why. That's a lot of that to have in here. And then this is the pistol. So I went with the black version. They actually do a FDE version, flat dark earth. What I really like on this is obviously it's kind of got this Staccato star, which is their symbol. It has got this, which is the grip on here, which seems to be just a really good stippled grip. It's like enough grip where it's like nice in your hand. It's not like too much and it's not too little. It kind of looks like it's been hand done, to be honest. It's almost like it's actually like a sticker, it looks like they've put on the outside. So it's not like they've actually kind of like created little like dots in there. It looks like it is actually like a transferable that's like stuck on here. The finish of it's really cool. I think they have this kind of like carbon black finish, the Real Steel ones, which is definitely good. It does feel very light. I think this is, yeah, aluminium alloy construction. Price of this is only $155, so it's, you know, standard kind of gas blowback pistol price. By the way, we've got Charlie who's kind of joined us in the back there. Standard gas blowback pistol price, but it is, you know, for this, which I kind of think, oh, you know, it's quite a premium pistol in Real Steel, so they might charge more for it. It seems like it's pretty, it's kind of got a little rattle to it. Kind of sounds like that might be in a barrel, but I don't know. We'll take it apart and we'll have a look, because I'm going to change out the barrel and hop-up bucking. Yeah, I like the design of it a lot more than a standard high capper. I like these raised iron sights on here. It comes with an RMR plate on the top. Comes with this kind of like larger mag release, but it's not like flared. It's got this cool flared magwell, which I think is really cool. Like in terms of the feel of it, it feels great. It's got like a US flag on there. It's got like the Staccato C2 because this is the compact version. They do some other versions, like longer ones. I kind of wanted this little compact version when I got it. It just, to me, looks a lot cooler. One thing I'm already noticing, which is going to annoy me and possibly be an issue, is it looks like it's got an outer, like a barrel with a thread on it, with a thread protector. The thread protector is orange, which isn't the biggest deal because I could replace that. However, it looks like the internal barrel like is orange as well. And obviously that's going to be really annoying. I don't know if that's something we can remove, but I'm going to get really, like, obviously don't want an orange barrel on there. I can put a suppressor on there. And the other thing I got, because I didn't realize it was going to come like that, I thought it was just going to come with the internal 11mm thread. And then I've got basically an 11mm to 14mm counterclockwise, so I can put a suppressor on here. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be annoying for me if we can't do that. It comes with this little Staccato star piece, which I have no idea what that's for. It's almost like a little plug. And then also in here, it has I think this is going to be basically a replacement cover for where this, they've got an RMR plate that's just on here already. And I think this is going to be, if you don't want to run an optic and you just want to, yeah, put a top piece on there. It's weird because you'd almost expect that to be the thing they have it with and then give you the RMR plate separately. But you can put that on there. I think like the slide action on this is really nice. Like the slide feels very light. It feels super snappy. It's actually still got plastic on the outer barrel, which is interesting. I think that's just, like, I can take that off. I'll take that off once I remove the upper and I take it out. But that's quite interesting that they've left that on there. It means the barrel's not going to get scratched, I presume. But like the action of it is really good. There's zero wobble in it at all. It's got the skeletonized little hammer there. It's got the beaver tail safety. It's got your safety here as well for the thumb activation. It's got the slide lock. Like the barrel's actually kind of like flared. I don't know if you can see it there that easily, but it kind of starts thin and like comes out, which again is very, very cool. I like how that's different. Mag is, I don't know if this takes standard high kappa mags. We'll have to check that. I think it has this T8 system in it, which is, I always know it from these like purple gas routers. I've got them in my EMG CGS DDM4 PDW, the kind of Marui clone CGS kind of thing, and that is a T8 system as well, and that mag that it comes with has that purple in there. We'll see. I'll put some gas in it and we can see what the action's like. It's got a recessed little area there for the gas fill valve. I actually think that's kind of good. This feels like a very solid base plate, like kind of rubbery-ish. And I don't normally like it when it's on the bottom because if you drop the mag, the chance of damaging it's higher. But as it's kind of that recessed in there, I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. Quite a large valve knocker. Like that's just very, very easy to index that mag in the bottom. Oh, that is super snappy. Like the recoil on it's pretty hard. It's almost like this top rail, sorry, the top slide feels almost like a Marui one, where it's kind of like a very high quality plastic. It's not. It is, I think, aluminium, like a metal construction, but it definitely feels very lightweight. Just put the safety on there, didn't I? So I'm quite excited. I think when I was looking at reviews, they were like, the slide action on it is really good. I think EMG do a separate one as well, which is for, there's actually a loose screw in here. I don't know where that's come from, but there's actually a loose screw in there, which isn't a great sign. It could just be, oh, it could have been part of this, sorry. That might be what it is. It goes into this top plate, so I'll keep those together in case I decide not to run a red or green dot on here, which is unlikely. I'm going to run an optic for sure. Okay, so we'll put that to one side. I'm going to try and take this top piece off, which is going to be the issue. Let me just put my phone out of the way. Okay, so let's see. I've got this red dot. I'm going to put in one of the 4UAD buckings. I did that in my FNX45, the VFC one, and it seemed like that was like just really good. It definitely, I'm trying to remember how to take these slides off. Like I haven't done a high capper in a while. I think I just take this piece out, which is the slide lock. And then I'm going to rotate it around. Is that right? Pretty sure that is it. I just need to push this through. I might need to get my little punch so I can do that because I don't really want to scratch it up. I'm going to get my little punch quickly to do that. 1 second. Okay, so I got my little punch, or I should have it here. Got the plastic one because hopefully that means it won't scratch. What are you up to, Charlie? All right, that's coming through. Let me just push this a bit harder. Okay, so actually it's almost got like a pin here, which is holding it in place. So I do need that slide lock engaged, I think, and then push it from there. It's almost, if you look here, I'm almost bending it. So I think that's wrong. I'm going to look at quickly just how I should take this apart because I don't know why. I feel like that should be how I take it apart, but for some reason that's just not. That's not removing. Okay, I'm going to pause it for 1 second. I'm just going to double check this until I break it. Okay, everyone, so I just realized I don't need to pull it fully back to where the slide lock is. I need to be pulling it back to where this hole is, and that's when I push it through. So that is good that I didn't force that because that could have been a bad one. Just put this back here. I'm just hoping that I can remove this inner barrel piece because that is going to be so frustrating if not. Okay, so that's going to take that upper and lower apart. Lower's pretty nice. Feels very solidly built, very simple, that like high capper design. I'm going to get rid of this. This actually, weirdly, I was just looking at this. It says disassembly. It's actually got like a Glock there, and it's kind of taking you through a Glock disassembly. So I don't know why. It literally says how to disassemble slide, and then it has a Glock version, which I don't know why that is. Okay, so we'll push this recoil rod out of the way if I can. It's a hard one to get out. There we go. Okay, so that's the recoil. Excuse me. That's the recoil rod. I'll put that there. This is the piece that houses it there with the actual spring. The inner barrel assembly, sorry, outer barrel assembly. I try and take out here. It's actually very difficult to take out, it looks like, because it's almost not fitting below that nozzle there. You see like the edge of the nozzle. So I'm thinking, how do I get this out? Do I have to remove the nozzle to get it out? That would be really annoying. I just can't see of another way to get it out, to be honest. Because whatever I do, you've got the hop-up adjustment there. It's got one of the T8 like purple hop rubbers inside. again, it looks like a very, very cool outer barrel, but I don't know how I'm gonna get that out without removing the nozzle. Again, I'm gonna pause you guys for a second and just double check it. Should I just take this off? Okay, I'm gonna pause you for a second again and I'll double check. One sec. Okay, again, guys, it shows us how like inexperienced I am with these. You pull it this way, apparently. Or that's what it says. There we go. So I'm just used to like doing Glocks and AAPs where you're going reverse. Good thing I didn't start taking that apart because it comes out the front after you put in that piece. So you can see here, it's got this like plastic perforated thing on it. I'll remove that. It's literally a, you know, it's got one of the dotted lines down there. So I'm just going to remove this. I presume that's just to stop the barrel getting scratched when it's new. If someone's messing around with it or testing it, I don't know. So that's going to go. Army Armament also make a good like Sand Viper, which is I think the version that I have. So that could be what that is. Okay, so I can take the inner barrel out. There's the inner barrel with the hop unit. I'm going to take that apart in 1 second and we'll replace the inner barrel and the hop unit. So I'll put that to one side. I kind of want to sort out what we're doing with this right now. So it's going to go this way. I might actually just scratch it up or use this to try and rotate it. We're going to go, it's going to be counterclockwise. So we're going to go this way. And it's sliding. This is going to be so annoying if I can't get this off. So you can see there, I'm already scratching this, the paint off this thread protector. It is going to be counterclockwise, so I need to turn to the right. Like it's on so tight that it's just rotating in my hand. And the issue with that is going to be it's also got an O-ring here, which is strange. Like it's got a red O-ring in place there. Unless let me try turning it the other way. Because if it's got an internal 14mm thread, then maybe it is this way. And that thread protector is like a fake. I'm really going to have to find out how to get this off. Because all I'm thinking is if that has got an internal 11mm thread and it is a standard thread, a clockwise one, then I can try and just rotate the entire thing off. But I think they've got some kind of like very hard glue in here. If I can't get this off, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I want to be able to run potentially a suppressor on here. And the paint is just like, it's kind of just shedding off the paint, which is fine because I'm not going to run this with an orange tip on it. Whatever happens. The other thing that I normally do is I'll put like a bit of gaffer tape on it, and then rotate it that way just not to damage anything. I don't think it's going that way. Could be one of those ones where I need to heat it. This O-ring's really weird that they've got this in here. So if I can get this out, this O-ring. I didn't read anything about this. It almost shows like on the listing for the replica that the FDE one has got this like design. Obviously it shows it in black and not in orange, which would have made me double think. But it's kind of got the extended barrel with the thread protector. The other one, which is this black one that I've got, it shows it just without anything on the end. So I'm a little bit like, I don't really understand. Maybe they've got an incorrect picture on there. Or someone's just altered it and then they've taken the photo. I don't know what taking this O-ring off is going to do, but it'll be better to do it with this, wouldn't it? So that O-ring's just shot off. But you can see here, that's where that O-ring was, this little gap. I'm trying to see what's in there as well. I mean, what I could do is just heat this a lot and then try and get it off that way. Because it does say it has an 11mm like countersunk screw inside the barrel. And I can't get a separate thing for it, I don't believe. Okay, well, let's try that in a second. I'm going to get the upgrade parts done, and then we'll get the sight mounted on here, and then we can play around with that afterwards. And probably take me hours to do it. I won't be able to show you guys what it looks like, but maybe in the thumbnail it'll have it, or maybe not, and then you'll know how successful I've been. Okay, so let's take apart the hop unit. I need a Phillips head screwdriver. Don't want to strip these screws. So it looks like it should be a pretty standard high capper hop unit, where I've just got these 2 screws to take it apart. I think this thing performs pretty well out like as it is, as in like it doesn't necessarily need upgrades. When I was there and I was getting it and I was going to get a sight for it as well, I was like, I might as well, if I'm in there doing stuff like removing this orange tip, just upgrade what's in there and get what I've put into that FNX45, which seems to have made it pretty awesome. Okay, that's 1 screw. We'll use these magnets. This is the 2nd screw, which I think is longer. Nope, they're the same size. Okay, so we're just going to lift this top piece off, I think. Okay, so that's where we are here. I will get out this guy. I don't know if we're not going to use the hop nub because it's just got a standard plate on there. So I'm going to get this hop rubber out. I'm also going to get the barrel out, which is there. Should be the same length, which I'm hoping it is. I'm going to remove this little hop arm here. We'll put that there. Then I think we're going to basically be putting it like this. And that's where that is going to go. So that looks about right. That should just sit there. We're going to put this plate back on where it sticks into the adjuster and then over the top there. It looks like it's sitting there nicely. I'm going to put the top piece, which I've put here, onto there. Let's just make sure that this is gonna... So that is going on. Doesn't look like it's changing the hop up that much, so I'm just going to check it quickly. Okay, so I think we're good. I'm going to take the hop up off mainly there. Okay. It's getting a bit finicky now. So rotated that barrel slightly. Okay, so that should be working well. Okay, so now we're just going to put these screws back in. One in here. Might also do the old Reddit, you know, search of like how to remove orange tip from the army armament. Staccato. See if anyone's got some tips on how to do it. I hate orange tips on airsoft guns, especially pistols. Okay. That one there, that one here. Hop off. See, the hop off has already got some hop on. It does increase when I put the hop up, but it's not like it's ever like off fully. So I'm hoping that that should be pretty good. This barrel should be pretty great with it. Let's we'll have to test it out and see. Okay, so that's the inner barrel done. What else was I going to do? So that's basically the internals. Just really want to get this off. Let me just quickly do a quick pause again for the third time in this video, and I'm going to have a look and just see if there's a way to get this off. Okay, after doing a quick look, it looks like I'm going to have to get a heat gun, is what people are saying, and then fully just heat it for like 5 minutes and then do it. So I'm not going to do that in this video, annoyingly. I'm going to do that in after this, and then hopefully I'll get it done, but we're gonna have to leave this horrible orange tip on here for now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is reassemble this upper. We're gonna put this guy inside here. Let's just make sure that goes in. What am I doing wrong? It goes in there. There we go. Okay, that's in. That's weird. That just like slipped straight back in there. Okay, and then we're going to put it through this way. As we learned, that's the way to do it. We're then going to take this piece, which is this like insert for the recoil spring and guide rod. I'm going to take the guide rod, place it through here. As I said, this one's a hard, like awkward one to get over the edge. Okay, that's going to sit there. Don't think there's any specific spot for it to sit in. Okay, we'll put this back onto a rail here. We're then going to take this guy and put him back in. Okay, that's in there. And that slides, sitting there fine. Okay, so that is now that upgrade done internally. We have this, which we can kind of put to one side. We don't need it. I'm then going to take this, which is our lovely. They actually, so I was at Evite getting it, and they said this is their last one. I opened it up, and it actually looks like someone had opened this beforehand, because it has a fingerprint on the end of it. And they were like, oh, sorry, this is the last one we have. So I was like, fine, I'll take it. Because I just think this is going to work better than other ones that I was going to potentially get. But all I have to do, or should have to do on this, is just screw it down with a couple of screws. Now, what screws we're going to use is going to be the choice, and we have some different options here. So I'm going to go with these smaller ones, I think. Probably should do some more research and work out which ones would fit, but I'm just going to try it. I don't want to go too deep. Okay, so that's where we want to be, I think. Does it come with a Allen key for it? Yes. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. It's got like that kind of weird star top to the screws, so I could find one of my screw heads that would work. Let's just put it there for a second. Find one of my screw heads that would work, but this might be slightly too thick. Let's have a look quickly. Yep, these are too big, so I need some thinner ones. I don't know if they've given me thinner ones, to be honest. These seem like they're like the thinnest ones they've given me. And they're not going to fit, so maybe this one. Slightly thinner. Yeah, they're not going to fit either. Those are thicker, those are thicker, those are thicker. So I might have to try and see if I've got some skinnier screws to put this guy on, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to attach him. Haven't given me anything else in here. We've got these ones, which I think are the same thickness. Yeah, they're too thick. So I'm going to quickly just see if I have some small screws that are going to fit for this. One sec. So I think these are M3 screws, it looks like. I found some, but they're not like countersunk. They're kind of like the button top. And I think these will work. But we will see. Get a small hex, because that's what these take. We've got some 6mm and some 8mm. I think these 8mm are going to be the ones that will sit in place. The 6 looked slightly too short. Yeah, these will work. I mean, they're not as kind of tight. They're not like as fully countersunk in the end there that they are on Yeah, it's not rubbing, that seems fine. Let's just have a look at this Viridian sight as well. I think that's going to be really cool. So that is the Viridian green dot. If I can find it. There it is. It's kind of a nice big sight picture. And I think that actually looks pretty damn cool. One sec, pause. Sorry, my 1-year-old just got back. This is a lot of pausing in this video. So I think that's really cool, guys. In terms of this sight, this one's actually more expensive. So like the gun is $155. The mags I think are $27. So it's good price on the mags. That barrel was $28. The hot rubber is $12, and then the actual sight is $250. So the sight is like $100 more than the actual gun, but I can resell this if I need to. I think that it actually just looks pretty great on there. And I don't really like small windowed red dots or green dots. There it is. Like I really hate like trying to struggle to find like where the actual like aim point is, and this thing is great. It's very much that like Trigicon SRO style on there. Has a little, that's a really horrible cover for it, so I won't use that. It also came with a Picatinny little base plate that you can put on there as well. I'll put all of this away because I don't need this. I'll be doing videos just like testing this later and kind of showing you what I think of this, because I have heard really good stuff about the performance, and obviously now I've just upgraded it. So I think that this might be a pistol that I end up using quite a bit. I just need to work out this. And as soon as I get that off, I'm going to be a happy boy, I think. But up until that point, I'm just going to be really annoyed. I mean, I could just kind of sand it and then spray paint it black, but that still doesn't get me the option to put on the suppressor that I want to be able to put on there. I'm also probably going to put on the Streamlight TLR1 bottom, and then I'm going to use that holster, which is the Blackstone one. Is that what it's called? The Omni holster. And then that means I can, Okay, so we're not getting slide lock on this. And I don't know if that's because I've messed it up somehow. Let's take these off. Okay, well that was going to be a very good video, but this could be pushing down in a way where it's preventing the slide lock. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Otherwise, I've done something when I've changed out that barrel, which I can't think what I would have done, because I didn't really play around with the lower or the actual rear part of the slide. Okay, that worked there. Okay, it's moving. It's just actually, it's almost like I've slightly damaged the... Let's reattach this and just see if it is to do with this. Because it should really just be bolting onto the plate. It shouldn't be going down into the function. Okay, that's working now. Yeah. Okay, for some reason that's now working. Just a bit of a hiccup there. So I'll have a look at that as well when I take it apart again. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm quite excited about this one. Let me know if you have any questions about it and you want to see some stuff. I'll be posting some shorts using it, and I'll let you guys know my opinion. Have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.